Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M12. It's the Tier 7 American SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Prokhorovka, and it's under the command of Linyarin. And we just seen a battle with him in the S51, the Tier 7 Soviet SPG. So it appears he's actually going through Tier 7 at the moment. Okay, 155mm howitzer. It's capable of 600 alpha and 39mm of pin with the HE rounds. 7.2 meters burst radius and 11.5 or 23 seconds of stun duration. Okay, he's decided to pick a spot near the railway line. I think he was just trying to maneuver his way through there, but he's ready to rock and roll. Yeah, he's found his spot and he's ready to go. Okay, now, the Americans made 100 of these. They made 40 in the first year. 60 in the first year, then 40 in the second year. You started making them in September of 1942, and they completed the manufacture in March of 1943. The reason they didn't build any more was A, because it was very successful. It was very good at what it did, and B, because they were actually starting to produce other Artys, and so that's why they just didn't need more. Now, the Americans knew it as a door knocker because it was literally very effective at point-blank range, blowing up bunkers and anything the Germans could put into concrete. This thing could devastate because, of course, the explosive force of a 155mm round at close range is, well, it's very deadly indeed. Now he's aiming up there on the hill because somebody on the enemy team has actually been spotted up there. I think it was the Super Hellcat, but instead he's going for this M46 Ripper pattern. That's Tier 8 game with Tier 7 RT in it, just like he had the last time. So let's see how he gets on. He's bottom tier. There's only one RT on the enemy team. It's an M12. And they just lost a 45 TP out in the field. Okay, we are seeing that Carnarvon, but there's another tank near there. Fires the round in. Carnarvon backs in. Oh, yes, direct on target. Very nicely timed, but the enemy RT thinks he knows where we are, and he's just managed to stun us. So I suspect that the M12 was looking for the counter battery, and he's managed to get around. So he is looking for where we are. Might be a good idea to relocate a few hundred yards away. You could either go over the railway line and shoot from the other side. Alternatively, you could actually go over to the west side of the map. He's trying to line up a shot in the CS-44. Fires one in. Now, need to change position. And now he knocked the tree down there. That might give the enemy a clue that he's backing up. Ow. Well, we did get damaged. 146. And we retract. Tracks back up. Okay, he needs to move to a different place, because if he stays in this area, the enemy RT is just going to keep focusing on him. The moment he fires, the enemy RT is going to slot a shot in his direction. Okay, G2 fires one in, changes position straight away. Good. And there's some horizontal effort there to move, which means that it's less likely that the enemy is actually going to get a shot on him, because of course they can't look at they can't see the horizontal displacement. So I wouldn't be surprised if a shell actually went into that area, but they might have just seen the fences go down and they might have considered that was down to him moving. Okay, we can see the G2 again. Rounds out.
We hit them.
Well, he did get a direct hit for 201, but he looked away after he shot. Now, that might have been accidental, down to the fact that he pressed the button hard. I've done that myself. You should try and watch to see what happens to the shell, see if it actually does hit the target. He's seeing it from a distance, of course. Now, the Ripper pattern. Let it settle. Don't try to chase the target too much. Rounds out. Nope. That one, obviously, he changed direction, which made it fairly difficult for us to get a direct. You want, if the enemy does change positions just slightly, change its vector, so it's moving in a different direction, then obviously the shell's probably going to miss if they're coming straight towards you. Okay, should be able to hit this G2. Okay, rounds out. Okay, did hit him, but again, he is moving directly after he fires, or he looks away, or rather comes out of aim mode straight away. Again, he knocked the fence over. That might give a clue as to where he is. I like the fact that he is actually moving over to the other side of the battlefield now, though. And we've got one of those odd events happening on the west side of the map. It's an assault or a fire coming in, or a bombing mission. Yeah, it's a bombing mission. The other thing I like what he's doing is that he is actually moving after each shot to get to a new firing spot. You've got plenty of time before you'll be ready again, and the moment you are, you can get the next shell out and then move again. Okay, we've got a guard this time. We're 4 down on the enemy. Rounds out. Oh, again, he changed direction, and he did it twice as well. I thought that he might actually overcorrect and actually go straight through the same spot that he was actually originally going for. I can tell you that Linyarin has actually been watching a lot of our videos, and they've been watching your replays, the players who actually do send them in, and getting very, very good at getting shots on the enemy. Now, he has loaded, but he's changing position. Again, it helps to avoid counter battery. Makes the enemy guess as to where he is. In fact, actually, he was doing there what Horsballs tends to do. Aiming or watching in the aim mode. Okay, now let it settle. That's it. Rounds out. Looks good. Yes! Right on the front. The module was the tracks. And he's gone. The guard has just been blown up by the ISU 152K. And as a result, we do actually have stun assist off that one. Well, it's not showing. Should be, but he went unspotted. And then he came back into sight after he'd been killed. So I think it was unspotted stun assist. And the G2 goes down to the ISU 152K as well. That's a premium tank destroyer with a very big BL-10 main gun. 152 millimeters. Okay, he hasn't moved for a while, but we'll see if he can get the CS. Yes, he does. He splashes him to death. That's his first kill. And I can see that one of the enemy's G2s is actually just over the other side of the railway line. So good job that he moved over to the west side, because now that G2 can't get him. In fact, the G2 might have expected the Arty to be there, because of course that would have shown on his mini-map. And now, in fact, the enemy is streaming over this side, and we've got a Hori 2 coming in. Can we get a shot? Just missed him. It went past the front of the vehicle. He needs to move south. Change position. That's it. Get behind some bushes. That was an enemy Arty shot coming in behind him. So I think the enemy Arty might have worked out where he is again. Okay, this bush will do quite nicely. Okay, we can see the Tiger P. The Hori went down, so he's out. Okay, rounds out. Lovely shot. 350 hit points. Good shot. Change position. It's almost like becomes mechanical after a while. If you know the enemy Arty is good at counter battery, you just keep changing position. They'll never get you. And because so long as you follow the rules, which is that you have to move laterally or try and move laterally, you can't just move backwards and forwards, because that can be repetitive and that can be worked out. That's it. Yes, perfect. Let them drive through the point at which the shell's going to impact, and they get hit in the side. That Tiger P's going to go down with the next round. He hasn't moved after that last shot, but I think I can say, yeah, okay, go for the kill shot on the Tiger P. The moment he comes into sight, he's going to come into sight when he moves slightly to the right. He's actually, oh, he's there. He's on the slope, and he's made a big mistake. And he did get spotted. He's gone down. And that means now they've got a Super Hellcat and the KV3 and their Arty. That's all they've got left. And now we can move south. The Nomad, the Panzer 58, the KV3's in the middle of the map. He's actually in the village, which means the only player who can actually be down in the south is either the Super Hellcat or the M12. And now that the KV3's gone, it can only be the Super Hellcat and the Arty down the south. And they found the Arty. Okay, let it settle. He might go down before we get our shot, but if we let it settle, we can get an accurate hit. And, well, he did go down, and the Super Hellcat is down there. And he dies as well very quickly, and the game is over. It's a victory. I know a lot of Arty players would be pointing out that whilst the enemy M12 was trying to counter battery linyarin, he was getting shots on the enemy, and as a result, he actually got an ace tanker, his first ace tanker in the M12. Congratulations. You can tell it's his first ace because he's got the scrolls underneath. You only get that the first time. So well done on breaking your duck and getting a first ace in this one. He also got a Bruiser Medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 8. And his win 8 was 2,953, which looks to me to be Unicum stroke Super Unicum standard. So a very good game. Let's have a look at team score. The highest damage turned out to be that ISU 152K, the premium tank destroyer, got a high caliber for 4,155 hit points. Second highest damage turned out to be the Nomad, one of the new tanks. He also got a Confederate and 3,835 hit points. And the third highest damage in the game went to the Hori 2, the one that was pushing right at the top of the map. He got 3,267 hit points of damage, but he got wiped out before he was able to cross over to our side of the map. We can see that the linyarin got 2,078 hit points of damage. Only one player on the enemy team managed to get more than him, and 2 players on his own team, which means he's in 4th place when it comes to damage. When it came to kill, though, came to kills, the ISU 152K managed to get 4 kills in that game. 3 kills went to the Nomad and also to the CS44 on the enemy team, and 2 kills went to their Hori 2. And we can see linyarin only got the 1 kill, but it was a good game for him because when you look at base XP, you can see he's actually in 2nd place. The ISU 152K got the top in all 3 columns. He came out with 1,100 base XP, but just behind him was linyarin with 1,084, and that's mainly down to the fact that he was actually hitting the enemy tanks, getting stuns on them, and then his teammates were then taking them out whilst they were stunned. Let's have a look at the detail report. He fired 16 rounds. You don't get much ammunition, only 20 rounds in this Arty, so he actually had 4 rounds spare at the end of the game. Got 7 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations, but 14 splash, 2,078 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He did receive 2 hits by way of splash from the enemy Arty, and the first one just stunned him, but the second one did actually do some damage to him. And of course, that enemy Arty was chasing him around the map instead of actually hitting our tanks, and that gave our tanks the chance to do some damage to them. 6 enemy vehicles were damaged, 1 was destroyed, which meant that he missed out on a Confederate by just 1 tank. If only he had actually killed one, then he would have ended up with the Confederate as well. 2,297 hit points of stun assist off 11 stuns, and that's where he got the ace tanker, because the combination of those two is over 4,000, in fact, about 4,300 or closer to 4,400 on a damage. And that means that, yes, he definitely had a significant effect upon the battle. On a premium count, he actually earned 31,582 credits from the game, and 11,382 experience points because he's got a mission completion that was worth just under 10k of experience. So a very good battle there for Linyarin. And as I said, he's watching what the other players are doing. Players like yourself who actually submit replays. He's watching what you do to get success, and then he's copying it and he's getting success, and it's working. So that's the beauty of what Arty Noobs, because we're showing you what you can do by showing you successful Arty players, and then other people are saying, yeah, I can do that, and it works. It really does. So well done to Linyarin. Congratulations on 2 new tier 7 Artys, both with first ace tanker, and congratulations on such a good round, and for doing the right thing, not trying to counter battery that enemy Arty back, but actually just hitting the enemy as hard as you can so the enemy team loses. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.